Hello. So in this video, I wanted to talk about something that happened again in my life, even though I thought I overcame it, but I didn't. But I'm working on it, which is triggers and traumas coming up again. I am the type of person that really needs to work on shit to actually change it. So okay, this is the type of person that I am, and I'm just gonna accept it, and I'm gonna do whatever thing I can in order to um, live my best life. How do you know when you finally overcame a trigger? Whenever you're presented with a situation that in the past could have triggered you, you see the pattern, but you don't react in a self-pity way anymore. I mean, if I am really okay with myself, I shouldn't be feeling like somebody has abandoned me just because of a certain behavior, right? I mean, I should be like, okay, this has nothing to do with me. Like, this person's actions have nothing to do with me because I am safe and secure and confident in my own, and I don't need this other thing. I don't need this other thing. Okay. This is the thing that happened to me recently. So let's say I have been hanging out with somebody that with their behavior, they didn't really make me feel seen, heard, or anything. I felt like I was the one carrying the conversation. I was the one asking questions. I was the one doing this and that, and the other person wasn't doing anything. This made me feel something like not being seen on or heard or not respected or not enough. And so triggers came up again, and I fed my self-pity party. When you are confident and stable and secure in your own self, in your own mindset, in the person that you are, you shouldn't really waver that much. So this is what made me realize that I haven't really... I thought I worked on myself, and I did, but apparently not enough. And I didn't really focus on myself that much, and I realized I was focusing on a lot of different things at the same time, and I was giving a little attention to that, a little more attention to that other thing. I was giving little bits of attention to different areas of my life, but nothing where I could keep my focus straight on, which the focus should always be yourself. Because when you're at ease, when you're centered, when you are connected to who you are, everything just flows in a natural way. And if I waver every time an unwanted situation or circumstances come up, then that doesn't mean that I am stable. And I should aim for stability, mental stability, emotional stability, coherence, what to do after you realize that you are still triggered. Our first impulse to do whenever we are triggered is to escape from it. We are triggered, we feel tense, we feel anger, we feel sadness, and we want to escape those emotions because they are unpleasant. So we try to see, like, what can I do to escape from this? Where can I focus on so that this thing goes away? No, the answer is just staying in that emotion, because emotions wants to be felt, because they're trying to communicate you something. If they appear in how you feel, then they want to communicate something to you. So whenever you feel whatever emotion, just embrace it, feel it, expand it in your body until you feel it 100%. And you will realize that after doing so, it will just go away on its own, because emotions want to be recognized. They don't want to be ignored, otherwise you know that whatever thing you resist persists. So just accept it. Okay, I am feeling like this. I welcome this emotion. Nothing's gonna happen. I am just feeling it. Nothing dangerous is gonna happen. Everything is okay. Take a step back, look at whatever emotion you're feeling and realize that you are not that emotion. You realize that you are the observer. You are not your thoughts, you are not your emotions, you are a still point. A firm and still point. So the observer can change the result. You might observe something in your own perspective and another person can see the same exact thing but interpret it in another way. Observe whatever thing it's happening within you. Detach from it, realize that you are not it. And you will feel better, and if you train that consistently, changes will happen in your life. Only observing is enough to actually change reality, as the double slit experiment showed. Like, two different observers created a different result. Observing yourself and observing your emotions and thoughts is not something that you can do sporadically and then expect something to change, but it's something that you really have to remember and bring your attention to every time that something happens. The easiest thing that we are used to do whenever something unwanted happens in our life is just to complain about it. And if we really want to change something, we have to look into it and do something, not just complaining over it. Let's take my example. In this situation, I felt like I was not seen, heard, and my first impulse was to reach out to that person and tell them something like something petty, you know. I wanted to tell this person something petty, but I took a step back and I was like, this is not coming from my heart. This is obviously coming from my ego that felt hurt. So should I do it? No. And I really struggled with this because I kept feeling my ego wanting to be petty with this person. I wanted to be like a little bitch to this person, but eventually I let my heart lead me and like, no, take a step back. This is not what you want to do. What you want to do, if you're coming from your heart, is speaking how you're feeling intentionally. With intention, just write to this person how you're feeling and what you want to do with this situation. So probably telling this person like, I don't feel you're doing enough effort, and I feel that I am doing a lot of things on my part. So if we are gonna continue, if our goal is to date and not to be friends, this is not enough for me. So just communicate what you're thinking clearly. Honestly. Let's be honest. Whatever thing you do is the right thing if it comes from your heart and not your ego. You know that voice that you hear when something is happening that's triggering you, and the voice in your head is like, oh no, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, you're gonna be petty, you're gonna do all of these things to make them regret, to make them feel like they've lost you, or yeah, that's not your heart, that is your ego. And when your ego is getting in the way, just take a step back, observe, and try to settle in your heart and figure out what your heart wants to do instead. Feel your emotions, feel what everything you're going through, self-observe, and then take action based on your heart. I mean, before this, have your clear intentions on what you want to do with the situation that triggered you. Probably it will have to do with somebody else that triggered you. So just instead of letting your ego talk, go to your heart and find out what your heart really wants, and then try to come up with something, with a sentence, with your thoughts, and communicate them to that person. Even though you feel that you haven't took any steps forward, I'm telling you, every day, even though you did only one bit of stuff you were maybe intending to do, that is okay, because there's always progress, even if it seems like it's invisible, even if it feels like the progress is very little. I'm guaranteeing you that at the end, even at the end of the year, when you will have taken little steps every day, it will make the difference. And looking back, even a few years ago, I really can see the difference, because I'm starting the year at a different point right now. So we will see where this growth will bring us. And yep, that's it for today. And thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Have a nice new year beginning. Have a nice whatever. Have a nice week. Have a nice day. Whatever.